Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Wicker Biscuit.
Welcome, welcome.
Hey, everybody. So why don't we start out with some introductions? Who do we have on today?
Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
And Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
And Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Lisa.
And Lisa. And on Zoom, we've got...
You mean the Wicker Warehouse. Courtney.
That's right, Wicker Warehouse. So how is everyone?
Great.
Oh, so glad to hear that. Does anybody have any fun things that they want to share?
Well, you know, Carl and I spent the week in Texas. Well, driving to Texas, hanging out in Texas, and driving back from Texas.
Okay.
Yes, it was quite the fun trip.
It was a good trip.
We went to visit some relatives, but of course we had to do some of our own things.
Well, of course.
We went to the South Fork Ranch from the show Dallas.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, it was worth the drive.
That alone was worth the drive?
You know,
Oh, yeah,
I think some
Cool.
people wouldn't
No, that's
think so,
good.
but I thought so.
Sounds good. Well, anybody else have anything fun that they wanted to bring up? I dove into some Easter candy today.
Ooh.
Since it was after Easter, there was some sales, so I picked up on some cheap stuff. And
Were they soupy sales?
I wish. No, they were just regular sales.
Oh, okay.
But did Ruggles just fart? I think there may have been a dog fart, everyone.
It's hitting me.
Oh.
Does it smell warm?
It's something.
Well, full disclosure, she had 2 nuggies.
Well, thank you.
And
Thank you,
and
Rose.
three curly fries for
Oh.
me.
Oh, okay. So that's what that is.
To be fair, curly fries already smell like farts.
Oh, listeners, if only you could get in on this.
No.
If we had
No.
smell-o-vision in the podcast.
No.
Didn't
I
Nick
don't
at
smell
Night do
anything.
like a smell-o-vision thing?
You're
Where they had like
lucky.
a card that you could get?
No, but the movie Polyester did.
Or was it...
It was polyester.
Maybe it was... There was some network that did a thing where it was like a smell-o-vision night where like you could write in to get like some little
Oh.
card and you would open stuff up and it would say like open it.
I believe you, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll have
remember
to look that up because that was a good time.
Do you want to recapture that with our dog farts?
Yeah,
Like,
somehow I'll bottle
yes.
this and
Yeah.
No.
Would you like?
We'll
would
lose
you,
listeners.
listeners, would you like to?
Literally, because they'll die.
Yes.
it's not that
She's
bad.
fine. She's such a good girl.
She is such a good girl, but I'm dying right now.
And then we could have a little card with her ear smell. Oh, that's so good.
I
Her
wish I
earphones
could
go.
have that smell right now.
could. You
It's just hitting me in a stagnant way.
For all listeners who don't know, Lisa has got crazy great sense of smell.
Oh, I do, and it's not going away.
So this is going to be hitting her extra hard. If it's hitting us like at a 5, it's hitting her at an 11.
I don't
Yeah.
smell anything.
You are
Oh,
lucky.
It's faded a bit.
I think you.
There's still some
Ruggles
there.
is right there. She
Oh
would be
God, I
fine
think
with
even
it.
I'm starting to smell it.
I mean, Ruggles will give you her ears. You can sniff those.
I might have to crawl under the table and smell them.
Go for it.
she's so good. She's such
Ooh,
a
she's-
sweet.
She's warm too.
It's from the fart, probably.
Yeah.
It's warmed her up.
Maybe.
Well, on that note, who would like to start an episode?
Oh, let's.
I would.
Okay. So to let you know, today's episode is going to be about wacky and weird laws with flaws.
Ooh.
Exclamation point, exclamation point. So let me fill you in on
I'm sorry. You said 2. There were 5.
exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Thank you.
I just thought it was funny that we were also just talking about traveling.
Mhm.
I often think about like laws that I don't think about when we're on the road. You know,
Right.
What if I break a law here and I don't
No.
know it?
Right, yeah, because they change by state. But let me bring you in. So first up, here in the Biscuit Bakery, nothing much ever makes sense. But in today's episode, we're going to discuss state laws that also just don't make sense. So buckle up, and if you're in the state of Idaho, grab someone to nibble on.
You mean something?
No. You see, cannibalism is okay in Idaho in a state of emergency.
Well, pass me the ketchup and let's get this episode started.
All right. So now Courtney's going to be doing most of the driving during this episode. But
Oh.
first up, we've got the great state of Alabama.
oh Alabama.
Alabama.
So what did you find out about Alabama, Courtney?
Well, I kind of figured maybe we just do a little trip around the table. Just taking turns reading these bizarre things from each state. I tried to get some from the majority of most every state out there, but some were more entertaining than others. That's all I have to say
Well,
there.
you know,
but
I mean some states are more entertaining, so one would assume the laws would be too.
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So yeah. Amanda, did you want to start us out with Alabama?
Am I just reading the first one, or am I reading all
Yeah.
of the state? Okay. Alabama, bear wrestling matches are prohibited. I'm not sure if that means like wrestling matches between bears are prohibited, or like a bear versus a human, or
I guess
a bear versus any other. Like,
I
is
assumed-
it just
I
any
assumed bear
bears
versus human.
anything?
Yeah.
Or two gay men.
well,
Wow,
that,
That's
It's-
definitely not allowed in Alabama.
I was gonna say that's the type of bear wrestling I'd like. Well, I would like to see it if they're happy. It's one of those things where
Yes.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it to be a
I'm not
cockfight thing where it's like they're being forced to do
Well,
it.
Exactly.
I'm not directly attached to them, but I want to also share in their joy.
Enthusiastic consent.
Enthusiastic consent. Yes. Anyway,
Nice.
yeah. What else? What other takes do you guys have?
Yeah, I think bear wrestling. I mean,
I wish it was the gay ones.
Yeah, I really do.
that
I mean,
would be
Was
prohibited.
it a problem at some point?
It
It
must
must
have
have
been.
had to have been
Exactly.
for them to make a law. It had to have been.
Well, now I have to look it
Uh-huh.
up.
All right.
Must have been like Frontier Days or
or
something.
maybe it's like guys named Bear. 'Cause
It's
Oh,
not.
that's like a
Didn't they
very
have-
popular nickname.
But no, there was a coach
Bear.
for
Yeah.
Alabama,
Oh.
Bear Bryant. Like there was a huge
Okay,
coach.
but doesn't everybody know someone named Bear?
All mine-
Courtney, do you have
All of mine
expertise
have.
on this?
All of mine have been
Actually,
dogs.
no.
Oh, okay. Well,
Didn't you
maybe
have
it
a
was
dog
my
named
small
Bear,
town.
Courtney?
I don't
Actually,
know.
I called Devin Pooh Bear.
Yeah. Didn't you have a dog named Bear at one point?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Actually, his name through the vet was Bare Naked, so we could walk bare naked. We could whatever. It was a joke. It wasn't very funny.
I liked it.
I like it.
I like it.
Uh-huh. We tried.
Well, does Amanda read the next one, or are we moving on to Ryan?
I say, Amanda, just keep going
Oh.
to Alabama.
Okay, first off, though,
Oh, jeez, Louise. We got an update.
Oh dear.
it says that the history of bear fighting laws in Alabama is a little more complicated than we think.
Oh.
Okay.
The practice of humans wrestling bears was rather common in the 80s.
Oh.
Like
And,
the
um,
1880s?
1980s.
Move over WWE.
And
Oh my
allegedly
God.
provided Paul Bear Bryant with his nickname. Well, animal rights activists
Carl called that.
called the practice cruel. It wasn't until 1996 that a law on the books forbade it.
Wow.
Oh.
So for 16 years, someone was like, "We got to make this stop."
There was a bear named Terrible Ted. Ted was a 6'3" bear that stayed locked in a cage at a bar until a challenger approached to wrestle him.
Aw.
So Ted did not have a very good experience.
Poor Ted.
So,
Well, shit.
right.
Yeah.
So bear wrestling matches did not become a law until 1996.
That's crazy.
Well, I think that's the nature of a lot of like the wacky laws and like town laws. It didn't have to become illegal until something happened where it had to be.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Ted got to eat a couple humans.
I hope so
But
too.
you know
the
what?
problem is,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not even sure if I'm mad at the challengers so much as the people who kept him in the cage. Like he should
Right.
have gotten to eat them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I hope he got to eat his captors.
Here. I agree.
So yeah,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome. Poor Ted.
All right. Well, why don't you
Um,
fill us in on this next one?
Okay, it is illegal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle.
Okay.
I don't know the
Why
practicality of this.
did-
Like,
What do you mean you don't know the practicality? You don't want to be blindfolded while
well,
you're
no,
driving.
I don't. Like, I got a surprise for you. Hey, you drive. Like,
Okay, I love the idea of somebody be like, all right, I'm going to blindfold you and go and show you this present I got, but you
you're
have to drive
driving.
there.
Yeah.
But I'm 15, so it's you.
What we're gonna say, Courtney?
But it had to have happened. Like
Right.
Amanda said with the bear, it
Yeah.
had to have happened. That somebody
Right.
like, oh shit, we need to get a law for this.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, I'm not really sure
Wow.
when that was an outbreak, but whatever.
Yeah.
The next one is it is illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church.
Well, there goes my weekend plans.
Well, so that to me says that you can wear the fake mustache as long as no one else laughs.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
I
like
th-
church, it's very subjective.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that'd
But
be my
what
interpretation.
situation
as well.
would you have to wear a fake mustache anyway?
Well,
When you're
you know,
incognito because you're Alice Cooper and you don't want people to know it's you.
There you go.
It's in the song
There
No
you
More
go.
Mr. Nice Guy.
or what about like,
Sure.
you know, like people who wear, toupees, perhaps the mustache was really their thing and now their
Yeah.
mustache
They're
is
trying to
gone.
match.
So they need a fake mustache.
I will say that many people in my family can grow a very luscious beard, but not a mustache. So we jokingly call them that they grow Amish beards because there's nothing up here. But
Yeah. I've seen that firsthand.
So
Yeah.
perhaps we should get them
Chronic
fake mustaches.
how-
Not that I
the-
can really grow a mustache.
something in the gene pool.
My dad always
But
had
I
a
could see where
mustache.
you'd want a fake mustache for that.
See, now I'm picturing a guy who's like is going through chemo or something and always had a
Oh,
mustache.
sure.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
should get to wear a fake mustache.
Yeah.
But
he can.
They did say nobody can laugh. But as soon as somebody laughs at it, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I feel like it should be the laugher.
Well, maybe.
Mm.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's all on them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
All right. And then finally, you may not have an ice cream cone in your back pocket at any time.
No.
Why?
Too many problems, Courtney. I mean, we don't want to draw attention to everybody's back pocket
Like
with
just
their
a
ice cream cone.
Just like a dry cone. No, like no ice
But-
cream.
Oh,
Oh,
I
good
don't know. I
point,
didn't
good
even
point.
consider that. I was assuming that there's ice
Yeah.
cream because, like, why else would you be walking around with a cone?
You do not want to encourage analingus.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, but this is Alabama.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Alabama does not want
But I
to.
can,
They
but I
have
can put it in my
bidets.
front pocket.
But what's it to the government? Like, okay, so you just have sticky pants.
Maybe
Like, why does it bother?
maybe
the
there's
Senate?
maybe
Like,
they're getting sticky pants and then sitting all over public property.
There you go. That's what it is.
I
And it
thought
costs
maybe-
too much in janitorial.
I was thinking maybe
Yeah.
it had like to do with public transportation or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But it's Alabama, and they'd have to spend. Okay,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
mind.
There's
Never
a lot
mind.
of stuff going on there.
their buses back in the 60s that pissed people off, so I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
Well, Alabama, I'm not sure.
Get your shit together. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, it's that thing of like, am I going to break any laws? I don't think I ever had any consideration of breaking any of
I don't-
those.
Yeah.
But now I wonder.
now I want to.
Well, right now I want to walk around with an ice cream cone. Like, how stringent are they?
See, now I'm picturing too, like, how it's popular for young ladies to have their phone in their back pocket just to be dicks. They all have like their wallpaper being an ice cream cone.
Oh,
Yeah. Stick it to the man.
technicality.
Yeah.
Or like your phone
Stick it to
case
the
could be
mic.
ice cream
Ooh,
cone
yeah.
shaped.
Mhm.
Or
I like
what
it.
about those old ice cream cones that when you? Okay, maybe I don't know. It was one of those toys that it was like a plastic ice cream cone, and then it
Oh,
had like a
sponge.
foam top.
Yeah, the
spongy
like a
ball.
sponge, and then it
Yeah.
popped out.
Yeah, I like those.
I mean, if I was a judge, I couldn't believe that I'm even enforcing this. So,
Who's gonna arrest you on that?
yeah.
It has to just be a ticket, right? I don't know. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, we could go up north to Alaska
Yeah, we
where,
could.
Up north.
where
To
even
the
though it is legal to hunt a bear, it is illegal to wake a bear and take a picture for
Mm.
photo opportunities.
So
True
you can
story.
kill it and then take a picture.
You can shoot it, but
Don't wake
just
it
not
up.
with a camera.
Don't wake it up. And don't take a picture.
Ooh.
It's also considered an offense to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
I feel like the offense really would be getting it into the
Moving
airplane.
Did the moose? The moose is there by choice? Like, I got in this airplane,
Right.
and now I'm stuck here. So deal with it.
I think I'd leave the moose there.
Man.
Is the moose pressing charges?
It should.
If it's falling from an airplane, I don't think it's doing anything.
But I also like if it's a dead moose, who cares? It
Yeah.
specifically says
Pushing
a live moose.
Actually,
we're-
this is a interesting little story that I hate to tell you, take everybody's time to tell, but it's very interesting. My friend that I work with, she went up to Alaska recently to watch the Iditarod, and I didn't realize how often these dog sled teams hit live moose.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know
Or
that.
maybe the moose also in turn can like attack the dogs too. But if they kill or injure a moose, they have to like stop everything and actually like gut the animal, like box it up, everything, because you cannot leave the moose
Right.
under any circumstances.
Interesting.
So like the winner like ended up losing a whole bunch of hours because he hit a moose and had to take care of the Neat.
That's a good policy though. No waste.
It's amazing.
It is. Waste not, want not. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And something else that you won't waste is kangaroos are not allowed in barbershops at any time in Alaska.
How often?
Right? Who brought a kangaroo in a barber shop
To Alaska.
Okay,
It's
who
okay
brought a
if the kangaroos
kangaroo?
in the grocery store, but God forbid.
Well, they're sharp objects, and kangaroos are vicious.
They do. They try
actually
to
are.
they try to kick your balls off with those
Yeah.
little claw
Yikes.
feet.
Could you imagine what they would do with the shears?
Well, of the only
No.
one in the podcast that's actually, well, I shouldn't say that, but like seen a okay, I'm assuming Courtney's the only one who's seen a kangaroo out in the wild.
Yeah,
seen
in
a
the wild.
kangaroo.
We've
I
seen
mean,
it.
it's
Yeah.
zoo.
In the
Out in the
zoo.
wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
like out in
Like
the...
in Australia.
Oh.
Yeah, Courtney doesn't go to Target, but she goes to Australia.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Courtney's the expert. So fill us in, Courtney. Do they try to kick your balls off? What?
You know,
She's the expert just because
I
she's
don't
seen
have
one.
balls?
Like,
I don't know.
I've read about it.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Who cares what scientists say? Courtney
I
went to
don't think I'd
Alaska.
wanna-
Okay, I was just trying to bring up
Let's
that she
consult
went there. I'm sorry.
I know.
Ugh.
It's just funny.
I don't know that answer. I never saw a kangaroo kick anybody in
That,
the balls.
Okay.
They don't try to kick humans. They try to
But-
kick each other's balls off because it's
Oh.
the genetic
That makes sense.
like
Okay,
fighting.
I'm with you now.
Yes.
Okay.
God,
It's like
they're
their rut.
dicks.
Like
That's why our friend Katrina was scared of them because their feet claws are so like. It's like,
Ooh.
yeah, and we looked it up
And
back then.
they're
Like,
not-
it's to cut balls
They
off.
have like those
Okay.
fucking weird raccoon hands
yes.
that can
Yeah.
grab shit. Like I had a nice little bag of like kangaroo food, and it took it right out of my hands and
yeah.
hopped off with it like nobody's business.
well, that's why you can't have them in the barber shop. They'll just steal your combs.
That's true.
Kangaroos are not nice. I really think like that we have had a disservice with Dunkaroos.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I sent you that Instagram story.
Right?
I do love the thought of kangaroos like ganking stuff from the barber shop and like putting it in his pouch and starting his own salon. I think that's
Oh,
I
Maybe
like that
that's
idea.
why.
yeah.
So
The
the
barbers
law
were-
is all about like competition. It's not
Yeah.
even about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the kangaroos were like, maybe they're not having barbershops, but maybe they're like jacking up the supply
Yeah.
a little bit. And like,
Maybe.
because now no one has any supplies, the kangaroos like
someone-
have a monopoly of.
With a lot of money and really drunk, brought a kangaroo into a barber shop.
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Either
usually
way.
how it happens.
Yeah. Well, indeed.
Fucking
All right.
kangaroos. Why would they wouldn't even want to be in Alaska?
I'm trying to. So I went to like a very old school barber when I was a kid. Like,
Mhm.
Did they cut your ear?
no, he never come my ear.
Oh, my
That's-
brother went to one once, and he's that's like
This
the one
is-
thing he remembers from
This
childhood.
is one of those places that like cut your grandfather's hair and your uncle's hair and your dad's hair. Like totally one of these old style. He had a beer can collection that was
As one does.
three walls, just full,
Obviously.
like top to bottom, 16-foot ceiling. Just it was ridiculous. But
What else would you decorate with?
I'm trying to think of like the old men coming in there, and if someone just walked in there with a kangaroo, I would think, well, yeah. I mean, that's
I feel
that
like they'd
makes
either
sense.
be totally nonchalant and be
yeah.
like, "Oh, all right, Bill brought a
No.
kangaroo today.
Yeah.
Whatever."
Fucking Bill.
Right?
Okay.
Like, Jesus, Bill. What did I tell you about your exotic animals? Come on, get that shit out of here.
Oh Lord.
Well, I want to know what's going on in Arizona.
Well, in Arizona, it is illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing tooth visible when smiling.
How do you enforce that?
I don't know.
You just make them not smile, or
What is
you
that-
like have fake teeth at the ready?
Are we
Right?
saying that? I'm confused. Do they need to have multiple missing teeth visible, or they can
don't-
only
I
have
don't-
one missing tooth that you can see when smiling?
I do have a example. If Gary hits the space bar on his computer,
thank
there
you.
will be
Oh,
So you
okay.
have to have multiple missing teeth visible?
Hmm.
Like, okay, so if you have all of your chompers, is that fine?
Yes.
But then if you have one
What?
missing tooth, if it's going to be visible, like you need to knock out another one so you have at least
or
two
or
visible.
not toothy smile if you.
Just
But
you can't
come
put
on, like
smile.
that man deserves to toothy smile.
Hmm.
Wait, as I'm reading this, it really doesn't make sense. It is illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one is none, missing tooth visible.
Right. So like
When
I'm reading it
smiling.
as like you need to have missing teeth.
Maybe.
visible
I don't
when
know.
smiling. I don't know. Arizona, you are
Do you think it's because of that Arizona tea?
probably
Your teeth just are all falling out.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and you
No,
know
it's
what makes
Arizona teeth.
make
Because you
everybody
drink
else
too
so
much
bad.
of it and the sugar gets you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Well, that's just messed up. So we're gonna jump
Okay,
right past
You're
Arizona.
confusing.
Oh, Arkansas must be pronounced Arkansas.
So you can't pronounce it Arkansas.
It's
No.
in their
State constitution.
Arkansas. I
Mhm.
like Arkansas.
Yeah, like
Wow.
it's totally
You know, there's
a
that
thing.
old vine. America, explain. I am confusion. Why is this Kansas and this is not Arkansas? Explain.
Right. No,
I
that's
love
true.
her. I love her.
No, but I didn't know it was actually a law in the books.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you're not in Arkansas, you can pronounce it however the hell you want.
Yeah.
Because they can't enforce it up here in Wisconsin.
What are they gonna do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the punishment is. Maybe you want to look that up.
They're going to take it to the Supreme Court so it becomes a
When Ryan
federal law.
For someone
when
who's,
Ryan
like,
and I were
not-
driving, we kind of totally forgot where Arkansas was because
Oh, I forget stuff like that because,
Yeah.
like, in my brain, it's like, to me, like, the South is so far from the North, and you go, like, through one state, and you're like, oh, we're, like, touching a southern state. How is it so close to us?
There is no legal punishment for the mispronunciation of the state. It is still technically illegal to call it anything other than Arkansas.
I wonder
was
if
a
Illinois
very-
has a similar.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think so.
They
They did it just to specify how to say it. Well, maybe, like, I don't know, have a better name.
Maybe they should have just slapped the S off of it, and we'd be fine.
Lamos.
Or have it spelled the way that you have it written.
The W, yeah.
Arkansaw.
Maybe
Yeah.
don't slap an AR on another
Mhm.
state.
I kind of realize I don't like either spelling. They should just change their name.
Just change the name.
They're just Arcan.
All right, let's see what else we got. Did you know in California it is illegal to set a mouse trap without a hunting license?
And this
Like,
is
do you
why
go to the
conservatives
Rod
hate
and Gum
California.
Club?
Are you
And
going to
ask
eat
for
them?
the
What the hell?
I'm gonna skin it and make a coat
Yeah,
Right.
so I don't.
it's
you
like you're
know-
friends with the guy with the badger and the sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Wow,
want to break the next
illegal
law.
to set a mouse trap
How
without a
much- do you
hunting
think the-
Who's
license?
much-
really like enforcing that?
No way.
So
Me.
you're gonna buy like a number of traps for under $10, but your license costs what?
I don't know. That's a good
Right?
question. That's got to cost. Yeah,
Well, everything in California is pricey. So.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Is anybody going to California anytime soon so that you could approach like
County
some
clerk
sort of,
or
like-
something.
No,
right?
I
And
was
be
just
like,
there
I'm
in
here
August.
To get the mouse
That's
hunting
too late now.
license.
Well, it's probably like a small rodent vermin whatever license or small, like the
Yes.
same license you would get probably for like
Small
squirrel.
mammal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, that's insane.
I think you have to like have traps that have like a mark showing that it's registered with California.
Ugh. Whatever.
Who knows?
I'll tell you, at the end of the day, the mouse doesn't give a shit.
No.
I'm just imagining this house with all these like little mouse like head mounts on their wall.
Exactly.
I mean, could you imagine being considered a mouse poacher? Like,
Oh, that's what you get arrested for and go to jail.
Right.
What you
I
in
noticed
for?
you have a lot
Mouse
of poaching
poaching.
out there.
I know.
Mm.
I was only starting small. See what happens.
Mouse poaching, indeed.
Mm. It's because there's a misunderstanding of a piece of California legislation passed in 2002.
Oh, one of those.
Mm.
No one read it and everyone passed it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
like,
Ugh.
yeah,
You know what else,
it's
though?
just confusing.
You know what else is confusing? In California, women may not drive in a house coat. I don't even know what a house coat is. Fill me in.
It's like
I'm
my
figuring
grandma's
like a
would wear.
moo
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
robish.
it's like a
Oh.
robish nightgown.
Well, women cannot drive
And
in
I
it.
can understand this one because my grandma, she drove a full-size Chevy Silverado. She had no business driving. She couldn't see over the like dash.
Do you need
But
to see?
she would wear
Courtney?
that house coat with the snaps, and every time
Ah,
she'd
yeah.
slide out of the truck, all the snaps would unsnap. And you could see.
But that's part of the fun.
Really?
It's house coat
Very
roulette.
sick way of fun.
Here comes Grandma's hoo-ha.
Exactly.
Hey, she wasn't blindfolded.
Well,
That's true.
She could
She
see.
was not.
She kind of was because she was so short.
Well, she could
Half of
see
these
better
laws
than a
probably
blindfold.
do go back to Grandma Valorous.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
thank goodness it's still allowed in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I should start wearing house coats.
Well, we haven't gotten to Wisconsin yet, so maybe it might surprise us, but we don't think it is.
Yeah.
Why do we
I
not?
hope
I want a
not.
house coat party.
Okay, house coat party it is.
Thank you.
And then we go for a drive.
Yes, and I want mine with snaps because I'm going to get wild.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one here. I'm going to get weird with it.
Oh dear.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Oh, wonderful. Shall we move on?
I feel like this
We
model
shall.
on Amazon with the house coat is not representative of the market.
No, the market's me. Yeah, I'm the market. She is not.
I suppose, Courtney, you technically would have been next. I kind of stole your thunder with
It's
California.
okay. It's okay. But let me tell you about Sterling, Colorado.
Oh, please do.
Cats may not run loose without having been fit with a tail light.
Mm.
I feel like
How
the
do you
tail.
fit?
I think it would like hang from their butt and be like right over their little butthole.
That's
Mm.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like I
Uh-huh.
wasn't thinking like tail light, but more like tail light, like
Right.
against
I feel like
the rear of them.
to really show off the cat's butthole, there should be like a little LED ring light around
Yes.
the butthole.
That would probably
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
fit the law.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it should flash.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at
Yeah.
first I thought maybe it was like a typo, like cars may not run loose. But why would they run loose without a tail light?
Just
Right.
let your car go. Just have
We're
fun.
setting it free.
Well, now with
Right?
self-driving cars, you never know.
Man, Colorado. Am I just stoned or a bunch of cats running around with glowing buttholes? Both.
In my house coat, the snaps.
Come back here.
Oh, you can't see it, but Courtney's picture that she has tied to this cat looks like, you get that light away from my tail.
It's getting fitted.
Right?
I can see my future.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
This is definitely for Amanda.
This next one is for Amanda, and it's very appropriate for Amanda.
This makes me want to puke.
It's juicy.
I fucking hate pickles.
Well, fill our listeners in.
In Connecticut, a pickle is not officially a pickle unless it bounces.
I gotta say, I've never tried to bounce a pickle. Never
Just-
considered that as one of the qualifications.
No.
Yeah.
I could see it though.
Oh, sure.
And what
I
does it
mean-
mean if it's bouncy? Is it more
Right.
crisp? Like,
I believe so. Because otherwise, I feel like it would just drop like a cucumber would.
Like if it's too. Oh, I've never. Okay. Yeah.
Might be too
I want to know whose
juice
job it is.
logged.
Like, that's the job I want. To be a pickle bouncer?
I can just see you in a lab all day, just dropping pickles, just
Yes.
throwing pickles against the floor.
Yeah. You hear like
Ooh.
there was a recall today in Connecticut. They
So then
found
do
that.
they pick them up off the floor and then put them in the jar?
No, I'm guessing they have like quality control where they have like random samples that you would test. Like,
That's crazy.
so you would obviously wouldn't be like testing every single one, but
No, that
They
makes
take a
sense. Yeah,
sample.
it goes like with quality control. They usually grab
Mhm.
one out of a batch.
yeah.
Nope, that one didn't bounce, guys. Check the whole batch now.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wow.
could definitely see a Lucy and Ethel situation with me and Courtney.
Yeah.
Just like
Bouncing
Doing-
pickles.
doing pickles, pickle
Mhm.
bouncing.
Pickle bouncing. I like it.
Can I be in the background like puking,
Yes.
If you really want to
like dry
be.
heaving?
I mean, it would
No.
add to the video, but I also feel sorry for
the
you.
worst
Maybe you
Yeah.
just
job
never.
ever.
Maybe you just never had one that bounced.
I can't handle the smell. I don't even like the name, like the word pickle.
It's
like,
true.
just
It's true.
it,
I've seen her
creates-
like just make this face like she's about to puke just saying the word.
it's ugh. Nope.
See, I liked him as a child. In my teen years, I hated him, and I like him again. And you know why I like them? Because Grandma Vi always had the little like Tupperware pickle,
Mm.
We still
Oh,
have it.
yeah.
and it's so great. Like you pull them out of there, it's so crisp and refreshing.
You pop the
and-
top
Yep,
off,
yep,
and you
yep,
got the
yep,
little
yep.
handle, and you pull it up, and all the pickles
Oh
come
yeah.
out.
Yep, our grandma had that.
And the older I'm getting, the more things I'm enjoying that are pickled, too. Like, pickled asparagus. What?
I hate anything
Can you see
pickled.
Amanda's
like
face?
I can't even. Oh god.
I'm just saying.
No, it's okay.
Is it just the pickle that's offensive? in
All
or
of it. I
anything
hate anything
pickled?
pickled. It is all disgusting. Like,
Okay.
bleh.
Wasn't it on the show The Crazy Ones where the one character was dating a guy who didn't like pickles because he said it unnaturally extends the life cycle of whatever gets pickled?
It does. It's true. I don't have anything that thoughtful about it, but it does.
It's a zombie cucumber.
Right.
So I'm just thinking, like, you're watching the Will Ferrell DVD, and he gets to the unaired sketch of Gus Chiggins, and he's like, "Oh, pickle shoes," and Amanda's like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yep. Ugh.
I
think
guess
they were-
Amanda is gonna have Gary like what's the word I'm looking for? When you die, cremated instead of
Pickled.
Embalmed.
pickled. Like, the formaldehyde, is that also off limit?
That's fine. Like,
If she's dead, who cares, I guess?
yeah.
I was talking about you dying, Gary. Why'd you have to take it dark?
Oh, yeah, if I'm dead.
Gary assumes I'm gonna die before him, which is probably accurate.
No, if I die, I don't care what the I
You're
don't
getting
care.
cremated. We're all going to be
Putting
cremated
ya-
together, and we're going to commingle our ashes with our dogs.
Oh, I was gonna just put Gary on the curb with in a hefty bag.
It's pretty accurate. I like it.
I'm sure in one of these states it's legal.
Probably.
Whoa, we got a lot on this one.
Ooh, Florida.
Oh my lord.
In Florida, a special law prohibits unmarried women from doing something that I can't see because Courtney's face is there.
I want to say menstruating.
It's
Parachute. Okay. Let me start that over.
Close.
I wanted to fill in the blank. It's like a
In-
Mad Libs.
In Florida, a special law prohibits unmarried women from parachuting on Sunday, or she shall risk arrest, fine, and or jailing.
Very appropriate.
But if you're married, you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
it's the Lord's Day. You don't go parachuting.
In Hialeah, Florida, ambling and strolling is a misdemeanor.
What if you're just walking? Like, how do you have to be
Yeah,
like,
I-
no,
right.
I'm clearly not strolling. This
What's
is a
ambling?
walking.
What I was gonna say, I don't think I've ambled before.
I pictured John
I'm not
Wayne.
much of an ambler.
Is this like a race thing? Like,
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
say yes, but I'm not. I don't know, honestly.
I just think those are very stylish things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ye shall not amble here.
Anyway.
I mean, it's only a misdemeanor.
I have been known to stroll, though, but I won't do it there. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
No,
Nope. Nope.
don't do it.
If an elephant is left tied to a parking meter, the parking fee has to be paid just as it would for a vehicle.
Obviously.
I guess that's fair.
Back to the argument, though, where it's had to have happened to be a law. Imagine that.
What
I
if it was a
mean-
horse? Because I feel like horses might do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking about being like the community officer, and you're like, oh, parking ticket. Oh, there's an elephant.
I think that's only
Oh.
fair because of the
Where do
elephant
you put-
poop.
Where do you
Mm,
put the
they have to
ticket
be
on the
more.
elephant?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Like, imagine it'd be like, oh, honey, how was today being a police officer? Well, I got 7 people for strolling, and then there was 2 rogue elephants at the parking meters today.
You stick it under their ear?
I just feel like I love animals, so I probably would just want to like pet the elephant. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, is the elephant docile? Is it mad that it's there?
Well, one would
How long's it
assume.
been there?
One would assume that somebody rode it
It seems like a
to that
trained-
spot
yeah.
and then parked it there.
Unless it was
Yeah.
a circus elephant.
That's where my brain goes to, like
Oh, yeah,
this
those
beautiful
guys-
traveling circus.
They have trauma.
I don't think those
they
are
do.
beautiful.
You can
but
Yeah.
see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a
Elephant.
circus for a work thing, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the elephant decided to poop over everything? And then it did.
Oh.
And I was like, wouldn't it be
Lisa's a
funny?
witch.
Right? And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if the elephant just like went rogue and ran off? And then it did.
You are a
Lisa,
witch.
You are a witch.
Yes. Yes.
Or you can just
Congratulations.
maybe you have like special psychic powers with
What
elephants.
kind of
Oh my God,
business
is that your
meeting was it that you
power?
had a random elephant? Was this when you did the sex line?
No, it was an AODA treatment center. And we took the
Okay.
clients to like the circus event thing, and we were sitting ringside, and the elephant
Listen.
had enough.
Well, you seem surprised, but we all know that you caused it, witch. I mean, shh. Okay.
Don't make me make Ruggles fart again.
I was gonna say she doesn't realize she caused Ruggles fart.
Oh no!
Telepathic
It wasn't
power.
supposed to go to me though. The smell was supposed to overtake you guys.
Oh well,
Mm.
in Florida it's illegal to fish while driving across a bridge.
That's fair.
I mean,
Do you just drag the line out your window?
Yeah.
I
It's like
suppose.
trolling, but You know.
Well,
Faster.
well, they
Or
didn't say how
slower.
fast. They could be doing like only 5 miles
They
an
could
hour.
be ambling in the car.
Yeah, there you go.
And you better be
That's-
careful, all you
Oh, you're gonna
klutzy
get 2
people.
fines.
If you're klutzy in Florida, you be careful because you are not allowed to break more than 3 dishes per day or chip the edges of more than 4 cups and or saucers.
I guess I'm not working in a restaurant.
this has
got
got to be like the New York
Uh-huh.
couples that have been married for 60 years, like
Mhm.
breaking stuff. Y'all too loud over
I
there.
love when you're cute.
Well, then you must be in love all the time.
True dad.
Mhm.
Because he's a cutie.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Little side note, I thought Lisa was about to flash me her boobs for a second.
Nope, I
She
just grabbed
grabbing
them.
Just grabbing them.
Well, we'll have to look into it and
Wow.
see if that's illegal in Wisconsin. Last I checked, it's not.
Specifically Lisa's.
Specifically, witches that can talk to
Oh.
elephants.
That is a very specific law.
Speaking of witches in Wisconsin, thanks, Ruggles.
Oh, did she drop again?
Yes.
Ooh.
Good girl.
That's Lisa's power.
Great.
So let's go a little north of Florida to
Okay.
Georgia.
Yes.
Got Georgia on our mind. Ackworth, so this is the Atlanta area. All
Mhm.
citizens must own a rake.
Oh, okay then.
Now, rake was also a slang term for like a loose lady at one point. So
Mhm.
maybe it's
Really?
that.
It's
Really?
also
Ooh.
a cryptid.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like the weird, like it's weird, skinny, like tall, climby thing.
I am wearing my Supernatural
Oh,
T-shirt,
there you
so
go.
there you go.
Well, I just want to say,
Tie-in.
like, if they didn't want to own like a yard rake, maybe they could own a whore. Or
Mm.
Or a cryptid.
or a cryptid.
yeah, there you go. It's all one of them. No.
What's that thing outside? That's my rake. I don't know what they sound like.
I caught Daddy outside with his rake.
Well, he has to have it. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. Here's another one for the witch. It's against the law to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or a street lamp.
Damn
Mhm,
it.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Was this before or like after the Skittles milking weird thing?
I don't know.
I mean, that's probably
That's a good
before.
question. Like, I always assume that these are old laws when they're crazy, but you're right. It could have been something that happened recently.
Well, the bear fight.
Well, it's gotten more and more common. Like
Yeah.
that whole thing with like what's that guy? That Joe Tiger King
Oh,
Joe.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, anyway, the exotic animal bullshit.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
so like I could see somebody
That's
like that
true.
who owns them, and then because those people clearly don't give a fuck about the laws. They're just like, I'll bring my giraffe into town.
And where else would you tie him up to except for
Right.
tall things?
right.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, because they're tall. Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those backyard like birthday parties.
The next one, donkeys may not be kept in bathtubs.
Obviously.
Very similar to one that Ryan had showed me the other day about Brooklyn. It's legal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But they can be kept there.
Yeah.
They just have to be awake.
I don't
Except
know.
For here.
So it's interesting that there's a couple places where
That's a
donkeys
problem.
being in your bathtub is not awesome.
Not kosher.
Yeah.
Like a pickle.
Gainesville,
Indeed.
chicken must be eaten with the hands.
Oh.
So no
In
eating
one
them with your
article,
feet.
it's
thinking-
specified that it cannot be fried chicken. But why?
It can't be
Why
fried.
can't you eat it with a fork?
Oh,
You're not enjoying it enough.
What about somebody who doesn't have hands?
right.
Because it's
Like-
finger looking good.
Well, I get that, but I mean, there's just a lot of what ifs to that.
Fuck them.
Hey, Amanda, the next law is it's illegal in Georgia to use profanity in the presence of a corpse.
Who's dead?
I don't know, that fart thing. Ruggles smelled pretty dead.
There we go.
You're welcome.
So no profanity, Amanda.
I'm so
Nice.
sorry,
That was
Georgia.
perfect. That was perfect
Who,
timing.
who's, this year, on a sad note, my father's been gone for 30 years this year, which
Mhm.
is, I mean, it's weird to believe. But because I've become a weird, like, macabre expert in all of this, like, saying goodbye kind of stuff,
Mhm.
I've seen all the emotions, have all the emotions. I
Mhm.
mean, celebrate a life, cry it out, do what you have to do, whatever. Like, if you need to throw a few fucks around, go right ahead. I mean,
Or if you need to leave a letter to Big Titty Melissa.
There you go.
Big Titty Wanda. Sweet, sweet Melissa.
Sweet Melissa. Yeah.
I mean,
Call back.
sorry, Georgia. I hope no one I know dies there.
Yeah.
In Quitman, it is illegal for a chicken to cross the road.
How the hell do you enforce that?
You just have to stand there and be like, no, 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 no.
Get control of your cock.
Maybe it's... Maybe they're just like, we have to eliminate all these chicken crossing the road jokes. We're done with that.
Right.
Sure.
Maybe that's where it started.
It didn't happen because it's illegal to.
Right.
Jonesboro, it is illegal to say, oh boy.
But I can say
No.
fuck there.
But do you think that is that like a racism thing?
It actually, it's funny.
Oh,
I have to tell you,
sure,
years ago,
sure.
when I first moved to, the Eau Claire area
Mhm,
here,
mhm.
from where I grew up in Racine, someone had, one of the managers had called me boy, and I had a very negative response.
Mhm.
And it has to do, for me, with race.
Yeah.
So, maybe, but,
Oh.
or they're just like, I really don't like Buddy Holly. I don't know.
That's a shame because he's great.
I'm pretty happy with that one on the fly. Marietta, though it is illegal to spit from a car or a bus, you may spit from a truck.
Well, of course.
Some of the car manufacturers must be in cahoots there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
totally.
On a side note, get control of your cock would be a great saying on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
Indeed.
but it's got to have like a picture of the Quitman law book. Get
Mm.
control of your cock.
Yep.
And you have to have the creepy hands because you have to eat it with your hands.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yep.
So I was thinking if you don't have hands, someone else with hands could feed you the chicken.
Ooh, indeed.
Okay, in Hawaii, all residents may be fined as a result of not owning a boat.
That's very interesting because I knew somebody who lived in Hawaii who really desperately wanted a boat, and their partner was like, "You're not getting a boat." If they would have known this law,
They could have gotten a boat for
Yeah.
fear of being fined.
yeah,
Didn't they get a boat eventually?
yeah, they did get a boat eventually.
I researched the heck out of Hawaii when we went there, and I don't remember this one. I'm trying to think
Huh.
the traditional what has made this happen.
Right,
Is
right.
it safety?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, in case there's
Is it like a safety thing?
yeah.
Like if you had to,
My guess is yeah.
yeah.
In case
I'm thinking
there's-
volcano or I don't
Mhm.
know.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
I just the idea of boat shaming people though is funny to me. Yeah, all right.
Now, I did find in my research that if a state starts with an I, for some reason they just get more ridiculous.
Well, on that note, do you want to take us into the next one?
In Idaho, in Boise, Idaho, residents may not fish from a giraffe's back.
Oh, giraffe's not
how-
consenting.
How many
Apparently,
people?
giraffes were much more easy to come
I was
by.
gonna say, who has access to all
point.
these giraffes?
Right?
It was the same giraffe.
Yeah. And in Idaho Falls, Idaho, if you're 88 years of age or older, it's illegal for you to ride your motorcycle.
Oh,
You can own it. You just
That
can't
is
ride it.
sad. Right?
yeah.
That is sad.
What if it's a trike though? What if it's a 3-wheeled one?
I don't know.
Let's get one.
Right
Okay.
to the state.
Hmm.
In Idaho, state law makes it illegal for a man to give his sweetheart a box of candy weighing less than 50 pounds.
Good God,
Wow.
that's intense.
I think I'm moving to Idaho. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a motorcycle. I don't have a giraffe.
But you got candy for days.
I got candy for days.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
be able to move after eating all
And God
fine.
forbid if it's a Sunday, don't be riding a merry-go-round.
that.
It's a crime.
That is wild. Too much fun.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
You're going to
Yeah.
puke up your candy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I can't do it on Sunday. They're assuming that you go on a date on Saturday and get your candy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, all good points.
Mhm.
I wonder though, obviously you can't, but to really taunt the law if you were eating a Sunday while riding the merry-go-round on a Sunday. So it's like Super Sunday.
And you
don't
rode your
know.
giraffe there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want. How are you going to work the 88-year-old man in this one? Come on.
That's how I got to the merry-go-round. Gramps gave me a ride. Nah, I don't know. Anyway. Zoop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, we got a lot
Wow.
here.
See, it's the I states.
It's the I states for sure.
They'll
So
get you.
let me fill you in on a little
Oh,
state
Just
with some.
zoom through some of these. Ooh.
Let me fucking tell you about Illinois.
Yeah.
A state law in Illinois mandates that all bachelors should be called master, not mister, when addressed by their female counterparts. What the fuck?
I think not.
That sounds
Illinois.
awful.
I think not.
Uh-huh.
How is that? That had to have been like an old law that somehow stayed on the books.
No one thinks about it to change
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Because that rubs me the wrong way.
I just heard Missy Elliott saying, picture women saying, yes, a master.
No, that's right. Missy Elliott would have a lot to say about that. So let me also tell you, though, according to state law, it is illegal to speak English. The official recognized language is American?
Ugh.
Oh.
How is
What?
that?
Poor skill.
So I can't say pasta. I have to say pasta. That's
Most
my British.
people in America where we speak American English can't speak either of those. So
No.
This reminds
Yeah?
me of the whole not French fries, it's freedom fries
Right.
thing.
Oh gosh.
Well, it's like also when people. It reminds me a lot of like when people. When they're like somebody who's from Mexico and they're like, oh yeah, they're speaking Mexican. It's like, it's not a language. They're speaking Spanish.
Although
There's
we
no
we
language
did
called
make the
American.
distinction when we were in school of Mexican Spanish and Spain Spanish because of the pronunciation
Oh, absolutely.
of
No,
the C's and Z's. Because
Totally
Yeah.
I
difference.
could never do Spain Spanish because my brain wants me to make all S sounds, so then it just doesn't
Yeah.
sounds bad.
Nope,
It's
I'm
like,
with
nope,
you.
Can't do it.
Nope, totally get that. But it's just one of those things where
Right, Mexican isn't.
there's no language called American. Or if you're going to call maybe it's a Native American language and everyone's breaking the law.
Maybe,
don't know.
Maybe.
All right. So it's just pronounced Des Plaines, right? Like the S is silent? Or is it Des
Yeah.
Plaines?
I think so.
Des Plaines. Wheelbarrows with for sale signs may not be chained to trees.
Right.
That's the
Can I want to pretend. I want to pretend the law is written with a question mark.
I was going to say, I want to pretend that Gary was so stunned by this law.
I am. Wheelbarrows with for sale signs may not be chained to trees.
Maybe what happened is someone thought they were selling the tree.
I don't know, but
I'm
it's like
thinking somebody just doesn't want them to steal their wheelbarrow that's for sale.
right, exactly. That makes no
I
sense
mean-
to me because
Chain
like
it to your house.
right.
Like, did you think the tree was for sale and you were going to use the wheelbarrow to bring it home?
Because, like, if I'm going to put a wheelbarrow out and put a for sale sign on it, and I don't want somebody taking it without, paying me, I'd want to chain it to something. But no, screw that. Mm-mm. All right. Well, in Eureka, a man with a mustache may not kiss a woman.
But you can kiss lots of bears.
Mm-hmm. Kiss all the bears they want. Now, what if the woman kisses the man?
I've been known to have a stash.
Loophole.
Yeah.
What about Evanston? I don't want to go there.
Well, now I'm also worrying about like, what if they have a mustache but the kissing ain't on the mouth? I don't know.
I don't know what you mean, Gary.
So Evanston, bowling is forbidden.
Forbidden.
In Homer, it is illegal. No, it is against the law to use a slingshot unless you are a law enforcement officer. What cop is running around with a slingshot?
He's not, but it's
Right?
like, you can't use that, but I can.
There's been some budget cuts. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So, also in Illinois, it is illegal for anyone to give lighted cigar to dogs, cats, or any other domesticated animal kept as a pet.
Cigarettes are on the table, but
No cigar.
Yeah.
no cigars.
I can't get him to quit.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like the idea of like, because like that picture of the dogs playing poker.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So like if somebody
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to recreate that or something for like a Halloween picture for no.
Well, you
We
can't,
can't light
light
it.
it.
Okay, fair enough. I wouldn't light it anyway, but
Yeah.
I just think of the fact of like, you know how like a dog begs, but you're like, oh yeah, they just gotta get their smoke.
in Chicago, it is also illegal to take a French poodle to the opera.
No smoking cigars or going to the opera?
Yeah, no.
Just
no,
French
no.
poodles.
Gosh.
No, it does. That's a good point. It does say French poodles. So, like, if you bring another dog,
Just a
That-
poodle.
just
Just a
poodles.
standard poodle.
Maybe they thought it was too cliche. They're like, no.
Maybe, yeah.
Too fancy.
Is it to protect the poodle or the opera?
I think it's to protect the opera. It's like this dog is too uppity. Get the fuck out of here.
that dog is gonna just be a critic.
Boo. Yeah. So, if you head over to Kirkland, bees are not allowed to fly over the village or throughout any of Kirkland's streets.
Good luck enforcing that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm on bee patrol. Yeah.
The bee beat.
Mhm. Ironically, that's where Blind Melon filmed their music video. No, just kidding.
She wasn't allowed to cross the street. She was just
Really trying to find the queen here.
So, laws also forbid eating in a place that is on fire. My God, I wonder if that comes from like the Chicago fire. Maybe there was somebody who's just like
I was
wouldn't
gonna keep
leave. They're like, get out!
I'm feeding my face.
Can't make me. We'll put that in the law books. Then I'll make you. All right, in Kenilworth, I'm terrible at pronunciation.
That's pretty close.
Kenilworth. Okay, a rooster.
He made it more fancy, but that works.
Kenilworth. A rooster must step back 300 feet from any residence if he wishes to crow. Hens that wish to cackle must step 200 feet back from any residence. Roosters, you got to step back 300 feet. And then hens, 200 feet.
I can just see these animals thinking about it first
Yeah.
and then stepping
Hey,
back.
step
like,
back.
yeah.
But only if they want to cackle or
Back it up.
crow.
crow. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they're going to do it and then, oh, wait, I can't. I have to step back.
Yep.
Right.
God, the idea of like whatever organization voting on that law. Just crazy
Right.
Larry. All right, let's just pass this shit to shut him up.
And that's probably what it was.
All right. So in normal, it is against the law to make faces at dogs. Oh my God, I would be in so much trouble
All right.
there.
Uh-huh.
That's all I do all day. Is just make silly faces at Ruggles.
Obviously, she likes it based on how stinky she is today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You may be convicted of a Class 4 felony offense punishable by up to 3 years in state prison for the crime of eavesdropping on your
own conversation.
eavesdropping on your own conversation.
On your own. That what I don't get it.
Is this all like the governors that have been sent to prison in Illinois?
Oh.
Like,
Rod
they
Blagojevich.
decided to, well, and the ones before him?
Blago.
Like,
Huh. Yeah.
I
Oh.
mean, there was a streak that, like, you know, Blago's like the third one that was put in prison.
He's just the only one I remember because he
Yeah.
had the crazy name.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the poofy hair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder if they put that law in place.
Interesting. Yeah, that actually might have some real relevance. Okay. Oh, another I one. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay. Indiana. My brother just was there. All right. So all males 18 to 50 years old must work 6 days a year on public roads.
Oh.
So it's like service learning.
I can see
I'm
that.
just imagining like them holding the little like signs with the stop sign and the drive slow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, you know, if they had a shortage and they needed people in a pinch, make a law about that.
Back in 1924, a monkey was convicted in South Bend of the crime of smoking a cigarette and sentenced to pay a $25 fine and the trial costs.
Read the next one.
But
In South Bend, it is illegal to make a monkey smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was a very specific case.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really need to make a law for like some weirdo like off?
Well, the thing is, you convicted the monkey, and then you thought to yourself, how'd the monkey get the cigarette?
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Right?
where the hell's the monkey gonna get $25 and trial costs?
Do you think they're smart enough to light their own?
No.
That's a good point. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
If
I think
they're
they could
trained
learn.
to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
They got them opposable thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Is that like having that good pussy?
Yeah.
I got them opposable thumbs. I got them opposable thumbs. That doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, but I still like that you sang it to me.
Okay. Bathing is prohibited during the winter.
I wonder if that has to mean like swimming.
Oh, sure.
Nope. Stinky Pits McGee down in.
In Beech Grove, it is forbidden to eat watermelon in the park. Citizens are not allowed to attend a cinema or theater nor ride in a public streetcar within at least 4 hours after eating garlic.
That's actually good. That's
So there is no
There's some
going
smarts
to
to that,
Olive
though.
Garden and then to a movie.
In Wisconsin, Gary Putnam is not allowed within 4 feet of any individual after eating green beans from Texas Roadhouse.
yeah.
I feel like
That's true.
Beech
That
Grove,
is true.
Beech Grove's like the kingdom of like etiquette HOAs. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Hotel sheets must be exactly 99 inches long and 81 inches wide.
What if the bed doesn't fit that?
Too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad.
And no one may catch a fish with their bare hands.
Watch
Oh.
me. Watch me.
I'd like to see it.
No, like maybe they had a competition and no one could do it, and they're like, let's make it a law that it's illegal. Then we can have an excuse to not be able to.
Mhm.
I can't catch
Right.
fish with my bare hands. It's
And some
illegal.
dummies from Wisconsin did it, and they're like, "No, we can't do that anymore. They're so good at it."
Wasn't there like an actual way of like catching catfish? Where
Yes,
like you...
there is. You
Noodling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yes.
No, thank you.
No. I don't want to do it, but thank you for reminding me of what
so
it's called.
scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, another eye.
I'm going to Iowa, where a man with a
Iowa?
mustache may never kiss a woman in public.
What is with the men with the mustache not being able to do anything?
I don't know.
Was
They're
it
no
like to
good.
be nice to ladies, or was it like maybe?
I think it's to promote kissing on the south mouth.
Oh, yep.
Ah,
Yep.
I don't know.
Or maybe they just weren't grooming the mustaches way back when, and it was a
Well,
lice thing.
And I'm just wondering, like back then, well, who knows? This could have been law from 2 years ago, but like back then, it could have been like yellow fever and all of these, like
maybe.
these typhoid and whatever. Maybe mustaches weren't as clean back then. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, in Marshalltown, Iowa, it's illegal for horses to eat fire hydrants.
How are horses even eating fire
Yeah,
hydrants?
I'm not
No
sure.
kidding.
Well, back then it was probably just a bucket of water on a lamppost.
That's true.
Okay,
That's
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
that works.
Move over,
I don't know.
move over, giraffe.
Yeah.
I mean that bucket.
In Fort Madison, the fire department is required to practice firefighting for 15 minutes before attending a fire.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I think that means they need at least 15 minutes of training before they go to fire. Not
I
that
hope so.
not that-
I hope so.
not that there's a fire. It's like, well, wait, you got to do your 15 minutes, then go. Oh, the house
Yeah.
burned down? I guess.
We were practicing.
Sorry.
Mm.
In
I love
Ottumwa, Iowa, it's unlawful for any male person within the corporate limits of the city to wink at any female person to whom he is unacquainted.
How do
Aw.
you get
That'd be
acquainted?
bad. That would be bad because I wink at random people a lot, but not like, hey, but like, just kind of friendly wink.
Yeah.
What do you
Keep
think
me
of
out of
acquainted?
Iowa.
I will keep you
I
out
don't
of
think I've
Iowa.
ever friendly winked at anybody.
That's because your winks
That's what I
Either
love
for
about
because
you,
Courtney
Ryan.
only angry winks at people.
That's right.
She's a menacing
If you can hear
winker.
the eyelid close, it's angry wink.
It's so much better when we can actually see you.
So we know you're not dying.
Right?
I want to know what's going on in Kansas.
Ugh, Kansas was fun.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, Kansas, saying the name George Washington without adding the phrase, "Blessed be his name," can land you with a fine of up to 50 cents.
Ooh.
Wow.
George Washington, blessed be his name. In Lawrence, which has a lot of history in that area because it's
Oh.
kind of by Topeka there, so Brown versus Board of Education and like Prohibition, the crazy lady with the axe, and plus like the start of the Civil War stuff. No one may wear a bee in their hat. So apparently you can't have a bee in your bonnet.
Oh,
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
wondering if there was like some between that phrase and that.
Yeah, I
there's
wonder.
gotta be.
It is illegal to catch bullfrogs in a tomato patch.
Okay, but you can catch them other places, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
It is illegal to hunt whales.
Where are you going to hunt a whale in Kansas?
Exactly.
For our international listeners,
We're just wondering.
Kansas is in the middle of the continental U.S.
Oh, yeah. It's landlocked.
I'm
it is-
glad you guys caught that.
Oh, yeah.
It is also illegal to put ice cream on cherry pie in Kansas.
Could you imagine if the cherry pie was in your back pocket?
Could you imagine just
Ooh, double.
being
But,
in-
I mean, two different states, but
being in public and someone like slapping the ice cream out of your hand? You're just about to put it on your piece of pie, and they're like, "No."
Interesting.
I think the whales is because Crazy Larry came and he was like really up in arms about the whales.
Mm.
And they're just like, you know what? Yeah, cool. Can't hunt them here.
Yeah.
Not
Gotta save the whales, guys. What are we gonna do in
It was
Kansas?
some sixth grader.
Just to shut them up.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, you did good. Good job, kid.
So who here likes cherry pie? I'm not a big cherry pie fan. Do you like it
Nope.
a
I
la
like it.
mode? Do you like the ice cream with it, or are you?
I kind of cherry pie usually without.
It's either like give me pie with ice cream or don't. I'm like it depends on my mood.
Mm.
With like cherry pie, I usually would rather have like whipped cream on it
Mhm.
or just the pie by itself. But I'm really weird too, where it's like I hate when pies don't have enough crust
Mm-hmm.
because like
Yeah.
you get to a point where it's like I have too many cherries and not enough crust to go with it.
I do now. I'm not big on cherry pie, but I just have this feeling. And tell me what you guys think. But apple pie is more of an a la mode pie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys
that's
back
the
me
way.
up on that
To
one.
me, I feel like if the pie is warm, it's deserving of ice cream.
Mhm.
If it's not, don't
That's
bother.
Yeah.
true. You have to heat it up.
Yeah,
if you're
that's
gonna-
true. No, I would agree.
I'm
with that
really
too.
weird about baked goods though. Like for cake, you need to let it cool before you can frost it. But like cake is so much better when it's warm. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not a big fan of frosting anyway, so we'll just let
That's
Ryan
true.
eat cake.
That's true.
Mhm.
I like
Alright.
cold cake.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
all cake. I just like cake.
I just have an epic sweet tooth.
I
so-
grew up in a weird family where they would literally put a piece of chocolate cake in a bowl and then pour milk over it and then eat it like it's cake cereal.
That makes sense to me. Like I can see
It's actually
that.
tasty. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know of any other families that have done that.
I wonder what.
But
is-
Lisa's in. She wants to try it.
I would try it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a fan of chocolate cake, but
I wonder if this has something to do with the whole George Washington Americana thing, because I don't.
it
Oh,
must.
maybe.
That
Kansas,
makes sense.
Kansas isn't even a producer of cherries. Like,
They're not a producer of whales either, but
But you can't hunt them.
What if
They
it's like a
can't
thing
grow
against
tomatoes where it's
What if
shit.
it's a thing where they hate the French and it's like it's American as cherry pie, so
Yeah.
no fucking a la
or
mode.
maybe everyone's having like a Wizard of Oz dream, and like
There you go.
whales are just like swirling around them.
bees, all the fucking bullfrogs eating all the tomatoes.
So I have gone bullfrog hunting. I have caught bullfrogs, but never in a tomato patch. So, all right.
Oh, Kentucky.
Could you tell me about Kentucky, Lisa?
Well, every citizen of Kentucky is required to take a shower once a year.
Good for them.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Finally,
Mm-hmm.
we are suggesting showering.
Yeah. In Owensboro, a woman may not buy a hat without her husband's permission.
Rightfully so.
Well, I'm going to
okay.
buy a hat anyway. And
But what about a lady who's not married? I mean, then she
can buy
right?
whatever hat
Or just
she
like if you're
wants.
unwed,
Then
you
her
can't buy a hat
then
at
her
all.
father is probably going to buy her hat for her.
Okay. So
or she's going to have to go with her brother.
Something
Yep,
like
yep.
that.
Something
yeah.
like
you need-
that.
so you-
But I'm going to wear my house coat that buttons.
Yep.
And I'm going to buy my hat.
Okay. I mean, I support you. I just, you know.
And then I'm going to unbutton a couple buttons and just flash everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm
She
going to
took,
get
she
real
took
wild
a shower
with it.
this year.
Yeah.
I
took her
took
shower.
my yearly shower.
Right? Damn. You had to chase the goat out of the bathtub first.
I did, yes.
It was a donkey, Courtney.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, it shouldn't have been
Oops.
sleeping there anyway.
Right? Yeah. Maybe it could have been the goat.
Goat, donkey, either way. Courtney's gonna milk it and make soap.
Yes.
And I'm going to use it.
Yay.
Well, here goes my love life in Kentucky. It is illegal in Kentucky to marry the same man more than 3 times.
It is a good thing Knots Landing does not take place in Kentucky, because Val would be in trouble, because she married that Gary Ewan 3 times. And if there was a 4th, it would have been bad luck.
Some of us just have tempestuous love lives.
Some judges just like, okay, enough's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys are not a good pair.
Exactly.
Just enough.
Technically,
You've
it says.
tried over and over.
I mean, I'm not looking at the exact law book, but it says more than 3
I'm
times.
saying, so
Right. So
For the 4th
after
time would be. So,
Right.
but she married him 3 times or 4 times?
3, but if you go with the Revival Dallas, it seemed like they split up again. So I don't know if they got divorced, though.
Okay, I'm with
So
you.
it's,
I like it.
I like you.
I like you more.
Ooh.
Oh, let me tell you about Loose Anna. No, Courtney, please tell us about Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh, my husband would not do well in this one. An old ordinance declares goatees illegal unless you first pay a special license fee for the privilege of wearing one in public.
I think that's fair because some men do not look good in goatees.
I was gonna say this is why we have that like soul patch.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, I don't like those.
Yeah.
So, guys, is it really a privilege to have a goatee?
Sometimes.
I mean, I sport one all summer, so
If you
Yeah, but
don't
you
have
look
much of a
good in it.
chin,
Yeah.
you need facial hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a privilege.
Now, I don't rock the goatee very often, but when
Well,
I
thank you, Lisa.
when I do, I feel closer to Carl, if that makes any sense.
I thought you were gonna say closer to
Yeah.
God.
So did I.
I do feel like it is
He
my
did.
I'm
iconic.
not sure where
He
this
did.
is going.
It's like an iconic look of mine.
Because like I'll send pictures to Carl like after I do it. I'm like,
Yes,
did I
that's
do it
true.
right? And Carl's like, you got it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, woohoo!
Well, and I do the same with my beard guys during the winter. Like, I share the beard. How's it look?
So
you
yeah,
know?
every once in a while I'll do it just to feel a little closer to Carl.
No.
Yep.
So
I'd
should
pay-
I
I
start
would-
sending my unshaved legs to my
I
friends?
To Lisa?
shaved
Yeah.
my legs today and I cut my
Oh.
knees up really bad, so
Oh.
keep me away from razors.
Girls should do
Ooh.
this. I think that'd be, or anyone who shaves.
I want you guys
their
all
arms
to
or
bond
legs.
over shaving.
Yeah,
I
go
do.
right ahead.
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
In the words of Dorothy
Um,
Zbornak, why don't we all just set each other on fire?
Basically, yes. Female grooming standards are out of control.
But I would pay the fee, Courtney. So I.
You would?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I would probably pay that of your
even
husband's.
I would take up a collection for Carl to
No.
no.
Goatee privilege.
Carl needs to be in his
Yes.
goatee. hmm
Did you know that biting someone with your natural teeth is simple assault, while biting someone with your false teeth is aggravated assault?
That makes sense.
Because you really wanted to do it if you're gonna risk losing your teeth.
Yeah, you paid
Yeah.
for those.
Yeah.
You didn't grow those.
You could take those out and attack them with them.
Mm-hmm. True. It's also illegal to gargle in public places. I am onto that. That is gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you're at like a... Never mind. So what if you're at like a sex show and there's some gargling involved there? You're technically in public.
Now that you mentioned that, I mean, okay.
All the times I've
tell me what
caught
you think of
myself
this.
in one of those scenarios.
The only time that I think I've gargled in public.
You've never had a Reese's egg, but you've gargled a bodily fluid
In public.
in public.
She's seen kangaroos. She's lived.
But she's never had a
I am
Reese's
a
egg.
worldly woman.
I have so many questions.
Indeed, she's seen kangaroos.
Okay.
Lived.
It's. Did you have something to say there, Lisa?
No, I don't.
Well, I was gonna here. So the one time I gargled in public was we were on a road trip and I had to brush my teeth in the wayside, and there was some Listerine involved, and I gargled. That
Okay.
doesn't, but that's the wayside doesn't count, right?
I feel like you're in a bathroom, so
So-
even if it's a public
I
bathroom,
feel
you're
like
there
you
you
still
can do
doing
anything in a restaurant. This isn't. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
we're
feel
good.
like if you were gargling at like a dinner table,
Okay,
Yeah, that would be gargling in public.
like that would be
but so
unacceptable. But
everybody
like,
thinks at least I brushed my teeth at a wayside, so
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
No.
Sorry. Anyway,
I just want you to know it's illegal for those darn women to drive a car unless her husband is waving a flag in front of it.
This has to be.
I figure that's like a female drag racing kind of thing. Like the guy has to wave the flag.
oh yeah.
Well,
It's. I would think maybe something like 1910s, 1920s when first cars were first like on the road.
and
I'm
they're
wondering
like,
if-
watch out, those
Hold on.
crazy women
There's
are
a lady
driving.
coming.
So it's to
I would run
alert
them
other-
over.
So would I. In my
I figured it was
house
like
coat.
a
With your titties
like they're
flopping
waving
out.
them
Yep.
in, like where to park. Like
Yeah.
a airplane guy bringing them in. I don't
Well,
know.
maybe it's a guiding thing, but
Yeah.
definitely
Oh.
one of those that was
I
left
would
on
run
the
them
books.
over. They're in my way.
Yep.
Sorry.
It is also illegal in Lafayette, Louisiana, to play a musical instrument for the purpose of attracting attention without a license.
That makes sense.
Yeah, actually, I can get behind that.
That's fair permitting.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've once been told that, like, musicians in Louisiana are a dime a dozen, so you can, like, throw a quarter out and you'll hit a trumpet player.
I suppose.
Huh.
Because they're
Okay.
it's very musical.
And
down
whatever
there.
you do, if you're in Louisiana at a funeral, do not be that bitch and eat more than 3 sandwiches because you're going to get it.
True
I feel
story.
like that's more etiquette.
Uh-huh.
But it's law. I mean, yes,
But
it's
this
definitely.
Here's my
etiquette,
thing, though.
but
Sometimes you get like the little bun sandwiches.
Mm.
Like, I'm gonna need more than 3 of those. I'm
Right.
sorry.
almost like a little slider, right?
Actually, 3 would probably.
But
be
I mean,
enough,
if you're
but-
in mourning, I mean,
I mean, it was
are you
Big
really
Ed.
gonna
He
be up for
died,
3
so
sandwiches.
Yeah.
I want sloppy joes.
that's where the fake mustache comes in. You got a costume.
Yes.
So you can eat more sandwiches.
Yes. Indeed. I like it.
Sandwiches.
I saw Carl over there with 3 sandwiches. Oh wait, no, he
Or
had a
did you?
mustache.
Did he pay for that goatee? Oh no.
There's so many things going on here.
Ooh, I have a video to play.
Oh, please do it.
Of course I will.
Ruggles.
What?
Not Ruggles. Ruggles has
I
never
didn't cause
sounded like
that.
Ruggles has never sounded like that.
Well, once she did, and then she stared us down.
Yeah, she was very suspicious of the goings on.
Yeah,
in
she's
her
like,
back
"What
quarters.
came out of my butt?"
Oh no.
She was very concerned.
Oh God, I really gotta get going. I'm gonna be late for work. Get this going. Open the garage door. Oh, come on, Lyle. I need you. I gotta get going. Damn these states and their rules. I won't be late. I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. Oh, that's nice. Oh, for all the listeners, that will be in the social media, so you'll get to watch that too.
Yes,
But that is Lyle helping out Courtney so she could drive to work.
Oh, wow.
Where did you get those flags from?
It's quite impressive how many flags a person has around their house when you need one. I was impressed.
I just imagine like you're complaining about something and someone they're like, "Oh, we have to work today," and someone's like, "Oh boy," like I'm calling the cops.
So, let me tell you about a place that likes company. It's called Missouri. All right. So, in Excelsior Springs, worrying squirrels is not tolerated.
I am 100% on board with that.
Does that mean causing them worry? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, don't bother those city squirrels.
Don't bother the squirrels. All right. Is it enforced against dogs?
It doesn't say that.
No, I don't know. But I mean, Rugs worries some squirrels.
No, mm-mm,
No?
mm-mm.
No.
They're amicable.
Mm.
It's all part of the game. It's fine.
It's just a giant game of tag that
Yes.
they're all consenting to.
100%, yes. They
Actually,
wouldn't keep coming to the yard
In
if they
all
weren't.
fairness, Ruggles, she's a sweetheart. There was one time she was chasing a squirrel, and the squirrel panicked and like doubled back, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make." I don't know what the squirrel was thinking, but it went back. Clearly, Ruggles could have like chomped on it, but she like backed off and slowed down, like, "Oh, okay." And then when it started running again, she's like, "Oh yeah!" So she clearly thinks it's a game of tag. She does not want to hurt them. So I will give you that.
Aw.
Yeah.
They keep coming back to our yard. If they were really scared of her, they would not be in our
Oh,
yard.
that's true. That's true. Let me tell you about some women down in Missouri. 4 women may not rent an apartment together.
Clearly, it's too many menstruating.
Right. it'll just bears will come.
Right, and then
Yeah,
you're going to
when
bear
they
wrestle,
sink.
and then it's just going to be a hot mess.
That's why
They're
they
worried
did-
about
that's that one-
lesbians.
That's
Yeah.
why they did Golden Girls in Miami and not Missouri.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
To be fair, though,
It's Blanche's house.
Blanche owned that
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, exactly. But in Purdy, dancing is strictly prohibited. Is that from Footloose? Is that the
No.
town? Or
Well, did you hear about that?
no?
What?
Where they did like the principal shooting for Footloose. The actual high school in Utah is like they're closing
Of course,
and
it was Utah.
they're building a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Bacon is going to the prom, like the last prom held at the school.
Aw, how
Yeah.
nice.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I feel like
Apparently, he needs to go to Purdy.
I
in
feel
Missouri.
like Purdy might be like a maybe mainly Baptist.
Mm.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
Whenever I hear Purdy, though, even though it's spelled Purdy, I can't help but think of like somebody being like, "You got a purdy mouth."
Right.
So it's just
So maybe you don't want to dance.
no, I don't. I want to get the fuck out of there. You hear some banjos, you run.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Missouri. No, we've got Nebraska.
What happened in Montana? Or we didn't have Montana laws?
There were some that didn't have
Some-
very good ones.
That's fair. Okay. Nebraska, a man is not allowed to run around with a shaved chest.
Sorry, Carl. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you
I
shaved your
mean-
chest or not.
I can go to Nebraska, apparently.
Uh,
Apparently, that turns too many people on.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
just to all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
I would love Carl with a well-groomed chest. I
Yeah.
was just being silly.
Well groomed is not the same thing as shaved.
no,
some
that's
of us,
true.
Some
That's
of us
true.
look tubby when we have little body hair too shortness. It's bad.
all right, so a parent can be arrested if their child cannot hold back a burp during a church service.
Uh oh, Jackie.
Oh,
My
gosh.
parents are screwed.
That's a tense day. Oh.
It
But
is. Oh,
Nothing about like if your grandma's farting and
that's fine.
Yeah.
No worries about that. It's specifically a child.
Mhm.
They need to learn how to control their body. It is illegal for a mother to give her daughter a perm without a state license.
I think that's fair.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would have saved a lot of grief for a lot of girls.
It was a long time coming.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a mom do your hair?
No.
Okay, just
Yeah.
trust me.
I'll trust.
My mom cut my sister's hair once, cut her bangs, and somebody said, "Oh, did your daughter get the scissors?"
Yeah, in my hand.
My mom just said, "Yeah."
Oh, that's so sad.
In Lehigh, donut holes may not be sold.
Just
Aw.
at all?
What is
Wow.
a donut hole
You can
done to
steal them
anybody?
though.
Oh yeah. Oh, see.
Wait
I
a
love the
minute.
idea you can
Wait
give
a
away
minute.
free, but you can't
Wait a
sell
minute.
them.
Did Courtney just say what are donut holes?
I think she did.
No, I said, what did a donut hole ever do to anyone?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Phew. I can't even handle the Reese's peanut butter cup thing.
Yeah.
Or the Reese's egg, sorry.
Mhm.
Mm.
And then finally, I think this is fair. In Waterloo, barbers are forbidden from eating onions between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
I can see that.
fair.
I used to have an eye doctor that I swear would bathe himself in like Italian dressing. It was just horrid.
Maybe they
every
needed to fill a
time.
saliva cup, you know?
Yeah.
True story. True story.
Yeah.
Maybe they're doing a genetic test and they need some spit.
Maybe.
Oh,
Or
boy.
they think you do, so you need to smell it. So you
Right,
control
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
In the state of Maine, after January 14th, you will be charged a fine for having your Christmas decorations still up. Uh-oh. We are in
It's
trouble.
about time
Thank
somebody
you.
took that bull by the reins because
Thank you.
Well, you can take
I'm down with
my
it.
Christmas
Yeah.
tree off. Well, I don't have.
I don't
come
really
back.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to stomp on anyone's spirit, but I can see that. Yeah.
Well, but see, my thing is, what if it's super snowy and disgusting out? I'm not going to go and get a ladder in the snow to get my
I think
Christmas
it's pretty
lights
amazing
down.
that a
And
state
and
Stay
just
like
don't
Maine
unplug it or don't
would-
plug it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's fair.
keep it
That's fair.
unplugged.
In Augusta, to stroll down the street playing a violin is against the law. So you better stand still.
Could they
Yeah.
amble?
What if they're in a wagon?
Or if you're also walking down the street in Portland, Maine, your shoelaces must be tied while walking down the street.
It's a liability issue.
Mm-hmm.
In Waterville, Maine, it's illegal to blow one's nose in public. That's a trouble, because what if you like sneeze and you have a big goober? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
inside.
Sometimes you got to.
It's unlawful to tickle a woman's chin with a feather duster in Portland. I thought the dream
All
of the
of them?
90s was alive in Portland.
That's the other Portland.
That's
Oh.
Oregon. Right?
Oh, yes.
But I feel sorry for like all those like French maid cosplayers, you know? They go to tickle someone, they're like, "Arr!"
Not
also-
the chin.
You also may not step out of a plane while it's in flight. I think that's just
So
a safety issue.
No skydiving?
You and the moose need to stay in the plane.
You can jump.
Right?
Maybe you can jump out. You just can't step out.
Okay, fair enough. I can see that. All right. Well, Maine, that's a good time. Good for you guys.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Courtney.
Is that your future, Courtney? It's just
I
a
love it.
picture of an old lady that says bingo makes me squirt.
I don't know if I can get the flags ready for Grandma before she drives to church to play bingo with that. So, our neighbor to the west. Until 2015, Minnesota law limited nursing homes and senior centers to just 2 days of bingo per week. Even if you visit a nursing home resident, you were prohibited from playing bingo with them. Can't let things get too wild.
Grandma's a squirter.
Bingo makes me squirt.
But only twice a week, Grandma.
Well, their janitorial staff is like, come on, guys.
Right.
In 2017, New Hampshire passed an anti-homicide law defining a 20-week fetus as a person, clarifying that the law did not apply to pregnant women who might need an abortion. However, legislators quickly amended the law after it became clear that its vague language could have permitted pregnant women to commit any murder without consequences.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
So there was a couple weeks there where pregnant women were like, jackpot, let's go.
It's the purge.
And pregnancy hormones are no joke.
Yeah.
I was
call
a
it the-
very angry human
the
when I was pregnant.
The
Sometimes.
Preggers Purge.
Now, if
We
that
should make that movie.
if that time period overlapped over the 4th of July, look out. Because
Yeah.
Courtney knows when to take out a husband with a gun.
Uh-huh. Thank God that wasn't in 2007. 'Cause holy shit.
Oh, boy. Whoa!
She gonna kill you.
We're looking at a picture of
I'm going to say her name is Tammy.
She looks like a Tammy.
She would
right?
say, don't feed my dog. And I would say, if I get drunk enough, I will fight your dog.
But yeah, I don't know. Preggers lady.
Soup
I'm
can
assuming a
pepper
lady.
rollers.
Yeah.
Her name's Tammy. With 3 M's.
Is it me?
If you want it to be.
In Rhode Island. I'm glad this one is me. You can face up to 20 years in prison if you put out an eye, slit the nose, ear, or lip, or cut off, bite off, or disable any limb or member of another. Hit the space bar, Gary. This is the guy in my community that recently bit some dude's finger off.
Oh,
On a
I
walking
heard
trail in
about
Rice Lake.
that.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
He just bit it off.
Why?
Funsies.
Nobody really knows.
How many years do you think you'll get in Wisconsin?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
He has
Yeah.
a look on his face like, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It was
whoops.
me.
Bit
Oh.
another finger off.
Oh,
I was
not
on-
again.
On that trail, and I saw him there, and Bill
Yep.
came over to me with that finger, and I just bit it off.
That is bit it off.
Jaw power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he part pit bull?
Right?
And now, also, it was confirmed that they were not able to reattach it, right?
Yeah, they found it laying on the trail.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're like,
Ugh.
yeah, we can't do it. He also like pummeled the poor guy. Just not a good situation.
Mm-mm.
I feel like if I'm going to get my finger bitten off, I should also get beat up. So it's not like such a weird, like, it would make
No,
more
that
sense
guy
in my
didn't. The
brain.
guy
Of
that
like,
got-
okay, well,
oh.
he did a lot of stuff.
So, like, if they just come up and, like, hand you an ice cream cone, like, here you go, Amanda, but then bite your finger off, you're actually more pissed off than if they beat you up
Yes.
for... Okay. All right.
Right, because then it's like, well, what the hell, man? Like, why would you do that?
the
Like,
trauma makes more sense.
Yeah,
if there's more
like, if there's, like,
violence,
more-
Go
yeah.
all in, really.
yeah.
Really.
Like, if you're
Screw
going to
me
do
up.
it, do it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck me up.
Right.
I'm
yeah.
with you.
Like-
I just love the journey you brought me on. That's
yeah,
all.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This is what happens when your wife's a
pain.
therapist.
I mean, the victim, the pain, like
No.
that is.
No, there's like a lot of tissue and whatnot involved. Like no,
The
thanks.
bone. You got to get through
Ooh.
the bone. Ugh. Yeah.
Mm.
Gross.
Nope. No.
Let me tell you guys something pretty cool about Texas. Now, in Texas, marriages by proxy are perfectly legal. In other words, if you have a legitimate reason for absence, like military service, you can send someone to get married in your place as long as you have all of the right documentation.
Makes sense.
Kind of like I'm going to be in prison up in Wisconsin
Yeah, for biting off fingers.
for biting off fingers.
Right.
Go get married to my cousin.
Yep. But my cousin will stand in. So, Carl, can you go down to Texas?
I mean, I was just there. No one asked me to stand in as a husband.
How frequently does that happen? Do you think?
I don't know.
Enough that it's on the law.
Right.
Like, and what other obligations come with it? Like, obviously,
Do they have to like?
Honeymoon.
You have to consummate the marriage,
Yeah.
too?
Mhm.
Ooh.
As long as you have the right documents.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, what? She got pregnant by my cousin. It's close enough. I gave permission.
I mean,
It was notarized.
I guess it makes
Right.
sense.
I mean, especially for military service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To just have someone stand in there, but I still
I
think
mean,
that's-
why would you want to do that? Like,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
oh my gosh, I can't wait to marry you. You know what? It's fine. We won't wait. I'll just marry your brother here. He can stand
Right?
there. It's totally
Well,
fine.
we're good. We're good.
You may kiss the bride. Oh, that'd be weird.
I could see an issue of like military service where if things are just looking south and you're like, well, I want to be married. So like when I pass, she gets
Right.
whatever. So for more of a property thing. Yeah.
But I mean, we got Zoom.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I really love the picture though that you attached to that.
Yeah.
Well, she got married and then she kicked him out. She's like, you're not really my spouse.
He's coming home.
Right.
So, thanks.
Washington.
Aw,
in-
Harry.
I
Oh.
love that movie.
In Washington, it's illegal to kill Bigfoot.
If you can find him.
No kidding.
Bigfoot hunters beware. Skamania
Yeah. Slovenia.
County, Washington, passed a law in 1969 deeming the slaying of Bigfoot to be a felony. It's a felony and it's punishable by 5 years in prison. Well, that's not nearly enough. The
Right.
law was later amended, designating Bigfoot as an endangered species.
Interesting.
Wow.
I feel like you should get more than 5 years in prison if you kill him.
I'm surprised it got that far.
Right?
Like,
Hide and seek champion.
Indeed. Which, you know, if somebody's just playing a really good game of hide and seek, you don't go and kill them.
No.
No. Give them a medal.
you call
Right.
him an endangered species.
You call them an endangered
Yes.
species. Yeah.
Hey, Billy didn't come home tonight. Oh, he's an endangered species.
Yep.
I think my mom told me a story like when she was little, she was playing hide and seek with her nephew and they stuck him like in like a freezer.
Oh,
And-
no.
It was fine because my grandma was like supervising. So she's like, oh, no. You can't do that. And she's like, oh,
Yeah, the
So
old
sorry.
school ones that latched. You,
Yeah,
you
no.
couldn't just open them.
no. So,
Punky Brewster taught us that.
so my cousin lived and my mom learned an important lesson that day.
So he didn't become an endangered species.
Correct.
Good.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't just murder him. So that was good.
I heard that Virginia's for
Oh.
lovers. Does anybody else know anything else about Virginia?
I heard that in Virginia it's illegal to hunt or kill any wild bird or wild animal, including any nuisance species, on Sundays. However, it's permissible to kill raccoons.
Fuck
wow.
you, Virginia.
That's a cute raccoon.
So apparently a raccoon really pissed off somebody.
Yeah.
Now
That's
you raccoon.
rude.
You're
It's
a
like, I
loser
know
till
we're
the end.
making this bill and all, but I've got this raccoon at home. And if I get my hands on it,
Even if it's Sunday.
uh-huh.
Even if it's
Let me
Sunday.
tell you.
Look at that raccoon. Maybe the raccoon only came around on Sundays because they knew.
Maybe they're so plentiful. Like, I just
Mhm.
gotta kill something right now.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
I know.
Plentiful like
I
your
mean,
bosom.
learn to
'Cause they
latch
have
your
multiple
trash
uses.
cans and things.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do that.
Look at they're so cute. Oh,
or
I
you
love
could
them.
do some raccoon killing on Sunday.
Ugh, I love raccoons.
I do love raccoons.
They are little bastards, though.
Oh, no,
but
no,
they're-
they are.
But they're so,
But
Their hands weird me out.
oh, they're so cute.
And they get angry at you.
oh, they're
Oh,
mean.
They are mean.
Yeah.
I prefer possums.
hmm
Those are cute.
I would like to announce that the pet of the week this week is Murphy, from Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Oh,
So,
woohoo!
woohoo! So go out and look for Murphy on our social media. If you don't know where to find that, check it out on our website, podcastahoy.com/wicker-biscuit. Also, as always, we'll have the website in the episode notes, so you can just click on it there. All
I
right.
just want to say I've personally met Murphy, and he has the cutest ears ever.
They are pretty cute. They are pretty darn cute. So that brings us into our biscuit basket. Now, let's go around and see who's got a biscuit for us today. Amanda?
I have 2 biscuits.
Ooh.
The first one is that our son got his braces off.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
He
one.
did.
It's very
Mhm.
exciting.
So
So that's buttered, right?
no longer do I need to worry about him breaking all of the
Brackets.
brackets and whatnot and yelling at him about his rubber bands that he never wore. So that's good. And then the second biscuit is that I got to go over to the Appleton and Green Bay area and see my family.
Oh,
And
nice.
eat.
Oh, eat my mom's tuna salad.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, it is pretty good. It was in top performing.
She
it was,
sent
it
me
was,
a
it was-
picture,
it was
and I
top
was-
notch this week too.
She sent me a
Nice.
picture, and it was one of those feelings where it's like, I'm so happy for you, and I'm also very jealous.
I was contemplating stealing some for you, but
You're adorable.
I couldn't do it. But anyway.
So it was a good visit?
Yeah,
Good.
it was very good. It
Good.
was really fun. We got to hang out with my nieces and my nephews.
There's also a new unofficial tradition where every time we go over there, we go to a restaurant called Slim Chickens, and it's so good. Oh, it's very tasty.
Is that the one we saw across from our hotel in Wichita?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think so.
but they've got fried pickles, and Amanda's not down with the pickles, but the rest of her family loves pickles. So every time we go there, they're like, "You going to get some fried pickles?" And Amanda's like,
My youngest nephew does not like pickles.
"Oh, okay." Fine.
She's going to
Yeah.
cling on to him.
We had some Slim Chickens, and it was good.
Nice.
Anyway, Ryan.
So I'm not sure what kind of biscuit mine is, but we were watching TV the other day, and it was one of those things where we watched the same show all day, and there was, you tend to see the same commercials.
Mhm.
And for a minute, I was like, is this a Mandela effect? Am I in the wrong timeline? What is happening? Because there was a commercial for Mighty Mend, this like fabric glue,
Oh,
But- who was on the commercial, but Billy Mays, who's been dead for what, 10 years? And I was like,
He's
wait a
late.
minute. Wait, because at first, because Anthony Sullivan kind of took over those commercials.
Mhm.
So when it first started, I was like, yeah, this is normal. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This is Billy Mays.
It seems
He's
like a-
dead. And then I was like, this is an old ass commercial. Why are they showing it? But I was like, I'm kind of here for it.
I
But
don't
I was
know
kind of freaking out. Like,
if they
am
refreshed
I-
the
am I-
audio or what?
am I in the wrong timeline? Where am I? Is he
And then-
alive here?
The thing is, it happened, and then of course we were marathoning a show, so literally it happened again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So I don't know why, if they just didn't film a new one or if they just decided to bring Mighty Mend back. I don't know if it was gone for a while. I don't know. But they didn't make a new commercial. They thought, we'll just show the old one with
Oh.
Billy.
yeah.
And for you youngins out there, I said marathoning a show, binging.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That reminds me of delicious cheeseburgers.
Delicious cheeseburgers.
Anyway,
Now we got our shared biscuit
Yeah.
that was like in the pan too close together.
When they kind of get stuck together on the sides.
Yeah.
ooh, I like that actually. But anyway,
Mhm.
So the reason that we ended up watching this show all day is because the Brewers were on like MLB Network or the other day, and they weren't like
It was
regular
Saturday.
Bally's. It was on Saturday,
Mhm.
and so I accidentally turned on Bravo,
Hmm.
and there's this reality show called Below Deck.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
okay. So the
first of all,
first episode that we're watching is like the season premiere of the current season. And I'm like, this is just going to be one of those stupid shows on Bravo. But we're like, let's watch it and make fun of it. And then we're like, I actually like these people. They're not trashy like I thought they were going to be. They're
I
just
was
like
hooked.
And we're like, I kind of like this. Let's watch it all day. It's on till 8. We'll just watch this.
Like
That's what we did all day.
it's like every episode has like the same drama. Like one of the team members is like overworked or someone's hooking up,
Mm.
and then like there's always drama with parking the boat in the slip.
Yeah, because they always have to
And
like.
you're like, it's so low key drama. You know, and then like the guests are these really, really wealthy people.
And like sometimes the guests are complete assholes, and
Oh,
that's like
for
the drama
sure.
of the show. And then sometimes the guests are really cool, and you're like, oh, I like these people.
And apparently this year, like with the new captain, because the show's been on for multiple seasons now.
Yes, it's on Peacock for those
Yeah,
that are
Yeah,
wondering
Yeah.
as well.
And
I've never
so-
actually watched it, but I have seen it.
But
on
they've
Peacock,
changed
yeah.
some of the like angles and some of the stuff they're doing for like the shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and you know they're getting great reviews over that. But I think some people are sad about the old captain or something because he was kind of a gruff guy. And this guy's more like
You guys really cool.
like helpful and everything. But because of this, like you know, we watched these, and then we're of course recording tonight's episode. But literally, Captain at one point like was talking about all the stressful stuff going on. And he's-
Well, because she goes, oh, that sounds terrible. And he goes, that's yachting. So Carl and I have adopted that as our new, like, well, whatever. That's yachting.
so
I like it.
So that night, it was actually that night, I realized my one of my headlights was burnt out, and I had to replace my headlights on my car.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in, and I got it all done, and it took me a couple minutes to do it. I walked in, and I said, well, that's yachting.
No, you said, I only swore once. I said, wow, that's good. He goes, yeah, that's yachting.
I love it.
But otherwise, my other biscuit is it's baseball season.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
So exciting. So
Which in our house means that pretty soon we need to make hot dogs and potato salad and watch A League of Their Own, because that's what we do at least once a year.
That sounds
Yep,
amazing.
that's our tradition. So
That's a great tradition.
yeah.
Lisa, do you have a biscuit for us?
Yes, I do. It's a butter biscuit. Not only was it Easter, so I got Peeps, but I got to try a new flavor of Peep.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about it.
Oh, sparkling, or I think it was sparkling or something wild berry, and it's tart, so it's like a Peep that bites you and then gives you a kiss.
Ooh, well, you know what? I've got a little biscuit to add to that. I bought you those peeps.
Yes, you did.
They were really pretty. They were kind of like are they like a white or like a lavender? And
They're
then-
like a lavender,
So now,
and they're sparkly.
Yeah.
They're tasty.
here's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm excited to hear about, because you've already popped them in your mouth.
Yes.
Now we need to let them dry out.
Yes.
So I hope to, in a couple of days, hear the report of what
the stale.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Awesome.
will. I hope they
Great.
bite me even more.
Ooh la la. Courtney, your face is priceless.
She's been in the warehouse too long.
Well, Courtney, do you have a
Indeed.
biscuit for us?
Well, I think I just want to, and I know my kids wouldn't mind. So that we had a fun weekend. Saturday, Gary came
Mhm.
to Chautauqua, and then we moseyed on down to Rice Lake past the Cameron Stop and Go lights.
You didn't meander,
And,
did you?
Might have.
What?
I don't know.
Did you amble?
Oh no,
Ooh.
because
Oh,
we're not. No, mm-mm. We weren't breaking the law. But we went to the mall, and I think on behalf of Wicker Biscuit, I just want to say we've got our first sponsored race car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my kids, Trenton, Dustin, and Devin will be racing this year, sporting the Wicker Biscuit. And their oldest brother, Casey, he's been pitching in and helping too. And it's just been, my heart has just been so just full feeling, because just to see 4 kids still get together, help each other out, it just warms my heart, especially with Devin being the youngest. They're really taking on big brother, moves, and it's been just so good for a mama. So that's it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a good time. So Courtney is absolutely correct. Wicker Biscuit has made our first sponsorship, and we're sponsoring a race car who's part of the Hollub Racing family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gary and I also had a really fun time doing like pinup pictures
yes,
of
yes,
ourselves
yes.
sprawled out on the hoods of my children's race cars. Good times.
Yes.
Good times. I'm like, Gary, pop your hip. Pop
Now,
your hip.
I was going to put those on the social, but those might need to just wait for the Patreon. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see.
They're pretty zesty.
Yeah. And, one other thing that came of that, so I'm like kind of sneaking both of my biscuits into Lisa's and Courtney's, but Courtney's got fiber internet now.
ooh,
Yes.
hot damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's actually getting the high speed gigabits. No, but what did you call them? The doohickeys?
Yeah, the
we
doohinkies.
had a whole
I've got
conversation
more
where she's like, I've got
doohinkies.
about 100 doohinkies. Is that fast enough? And I'm like, let me calculate how many doohinkies you need. Meanwhile, I know she means like gigabits, and I'm like, or megabits, and I'm putting it all together in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, this application requires this, but I'm answering back, yeah, that only needs about 20 doohinkies, so you're pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm like, so the guy said that through the router I have gets 85 doohinkies, but if I got a different router, I could get over 100 doohinkies. And he's like, I'll bring you one of my routers so you can get more doohinkies.
Mhm.
So thank
Yeah.
you for lending me a router.
Well, you bet. So yeah, that's it then. So on that note, how about we close out, guys? What do you think?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you everyone for listening, and could I have you all say goodnight to the listeners?
Good night, listeners.
Good
Good night, listeners.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Wicker Biscuit, a Podcast Ahoy production. The producers of Wicker Biscuit are Courtney Holub, Ryan LeMay, and Gary Putnam. Assistant producers are Amanda Putnam and Lisa Rudd. Recording and editing is done by Gary Putnam, with Lisa Rudd as the assistant editor. Executive producer of Wicker Biscuit is Gary Putnam. Check out our social media for updates on upcoming pods and for clips and other media referenced in this episode. Links and information can be found in the episode notes. Thanks again from everyone at the Wicker Biscuit family.